me, Joe, from the Niche Nerd Network. I'm here with Garrett. I'm here with Drewski, Doo and I just want to talk very candidly with you guys. Obviously, somebody's not here, and he's no longer with us. And that person that we care so deeply about is Ron Cena's gone, guys. He's hang up. Give me a second, please. I need 1 second. My childhood hero has left us. And I'm just now noticing that it's it's my Twitch streaming weed background for Wrestle Fandom Radio, which made me even more upset.
Worst things have happened.
I'm sorry. But somehow we are now live and Garrett's running the show, guys. So any technical difficulties are not fucking on me. So I got one thing to say to you guys. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wrestle Fandom Radio. We miss you, Todd. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, Todd.
It's going great.
The weather is destroying Todd.
And I was just gonna say, I was like kind of anticipating a dance party to happen right there. But the guy who runs the soundboard, he couldn't even log in and just run the soundboard. He couldn't be a producer or nothing. And it's not my fault. He said it was okay. 4.5 hours is apparently too long. So, guys, what's new in the world of wrestling? R-Truth got booted.
Dude, so what are we? So now the news, okay? The news is he turned down a lower contract, which is what we've heard from some other people too. I mean, is that the deal? Like, what do you?
I think was it Coachman said something about he thinks that all the
It's TKO.
TKO's taken over. That's the kind of the way they're going. They're gonna gut it.
And that's what it sounds like they've been doing. Like
Yeah, it does sound like they've been doing that.
You guys think Miz is next?
His contract's up at the end of the year, so I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I don't care about tenure that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some of these guys who are still young enough, who are going to perform consistently, who can do this on a regular basis, I think they will keep. And I think the Miz has way more of a shot than anybody else because of so much he does extra outside of the company, like the stuff with USA. He's one of their fucking ambassadors for everything.
Right.
Like he's one of those. He's been there since his Tough Enough. He hasn't left.
He's had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Right.
Bounced, to and fro. He had that sick TNA run. But
Did you just say to and fro?
yeah.
Oh, way to show our age. We're trying to appeal to the millennials and the chicks, Garrett. Not to and fro, guys.
Yeah.
Hello. Let me saunter to and fro. To and fro.
They need to know how the old heads talk. So, henceforth,
Okay, Garrett, just because you got gray in your beard and at your temples and you look like the Wish Reed Richards doesn't mean you're an old head.
hey, Wish Reed Richards is still a Reed Richards. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Listen to the Council of Reeds.
I'm Mr.
Council of Dweebs.
All right.
Ugh.
I'm Mr. Okay.
I'm Mr. Okay.
I
Mid.
would lean toward Mr.
So, Joe, did anything good happen on SmackDown, man?
Let me actually, if I can tell you about SmackDown a little bit. It wasn't that good. Didn't really care. My phone's in my pocket. Hang on. I have to send something to you guys. And if anybody who hasn't paid attention to our feed anytime recently,
Nope, I'm out.
Drew has been our feed for the last 2.5 weeks. But one of the cool things and honestly, Drew, I have to give most of the credit for you for kind of telling us, hey, we should do this, is all the different shorts that we've been doing. So as Raw was going on, okay, I was like, let's see if I can bank out a little video quick of what I think all of our predictions are for this Saturday during what, Garrett?
What?
What's this Saturday?
Money in the Bank.
Worlds Collide is what I'm most excited about.
I mean, depending on how Money in the Bank goes. But we have a prediction, and I'm trying to...
Super stoked for Worlds Collide more than I am Money in the Bank.
So Drew, are you saying next week you are going to be our eyes, ears, face, and possibly balls on the event?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, oh, perfect. Is this?
I need a Worlds Collide rundown.
No problem.
It's gonna be amazing.
All right. So downloading. So like all that was essentially just for me to kind of waste some time a little bit. So I have it now, and I'm gonna, if it's okay with you guys, share my screen now. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share it all over your face, guys.
Oh my, this got sensual.
Oh, it usually does. I learned from Todd. I miss you, Todd. All right, guys. Here's our prediction for this Saturday. There you go, guys. That's our prediction. CM Punk. Yes?
I don't want to burst anybody's bubble.
You want to tell them?
What?
Instead of carrying... Hold on. I'm going to go deep with this. Not too deep. It's instead of carrying Cross getting a spot in one of those qualifying matches, Chad Gable got one, and El Grande Americano got the other one, and then El Grande Americano is in the Money in the Bank and not Punk. But
what? When did this happen?
Last night on Raw.
Last night, dude.
Last night.
I told you I fell asleep after the initial. Before I went to work.
We did tell you Raw was not good last night.
We told you it wasn't good. That's why I said it wasn't good.
But hold on. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So we're going to talk about SmackDown a little bit more. But I think that's going to come back and bite him in the butt somehow. And I think the El Grande Americano thing ends this weekend at Worlds Collide before Money in the Bank.
Right. That's it's not in the same place, right?
It has to be because he's in, unless it's pre-recorded, which I hope it's not. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Even if it's pre-recorded,
they got to be in the same spot.
I think Joe just wants to put himself to the table.
Oh, he's a Buffalo Bills fan now?
Oh no! Don't even joke about that. No,
I know. He's a Finn fan. Finn fan.
That's not even funny.
I thought it was.
Fuck did you just say?
Yeah,
you're a Buffalo Bills fan now.
Garrett
was like he's gonna go put himself through a table, and I was like, oh, he's joined the dark side.
No.
I've had my headset on the whole time. I can hear everything.
No, you can't. You're an old head.
Oh shit.
I didn't say a bald head. I said an old head.
Listen. All right. Listen. All right.
I think Drew's right, though. I 100% think Drew's right.
So SmackDown sucked. The only good thing that happened last night was the promo to open the show. Drew?
For Raw?
For Raw.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said SmackDown.
He did say SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
I was super confused, too.
SmackDown sucked. The only good thing that happened last night was that.
There was a couple of good spots, but ultimately just a lot of... I feel like we've been in this weird pattern since Mania of, like, it kind of is flatlined.
It's the holding pattern.
It's a super bad holding pattern.
So it's going on longer than normal. Like it's gone through a PLE or two.
Right.
And the Saturday night main event too.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you guys felt about Miss Plunkett's favorite Baby Boys promo to kick off Raw last night, okay?
It was a good promo.
Like with Sammy coming out and you got Phil doing his little shimmy to Sammy. Let me tell you, I have been so like 180'd about Punk since he's come back to WWE. And I didn't think that I could like him anymore, but I don't think he's the world's greatest anymore. I think
He's the world's middest.
no, he's the galaxy's greatest. Because even though he might he might not be able to go through that squared circle the way he used to. But as we all know, as us old heads know, with time comes experience, and let me tell you, every time he's got that microphone, it's almost a potential for the next pipe bomb to drop. Like he's
But it
gold.
won't be him.
No, but like that caliber of promo, that's going to be memorable. Like that's there, and like taking shots at the final boss. Is there real heat? Is there not? Do we think that Dwayne's actually a big old gato en a pantalones? And I know Drew understands that because he's our Spanish-speaking member of the podcast.
See.
I said that he might have a cat in his pants. Take what you will from that, guys. All right, take what you will. But before we get
your pants, that makes sense.
Yeah. But before we go any further, the little pictures in our background made me think of something. Now, Garrett.
Raw?
What up?
If you still partook in the devil's lettuce.
Oh, I see.
Where might you go purchase it legally? Because, hey, and why get you high? And why get you high?
I think there's this awesome place called Joe's Buds.
Yeah, the name is wonderful. If you ask myself, I might be a little biased. Just saying. Tiny bit. Hey, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, no, about there. Yeah, about that bit. Onondaga Boulevard, Syracuse, guys, over by Limp Lizard, Wegmans. Let me tell you, my mentor, my good friend, and dare I say, best friend, Joe Simons, it's the foundation of this empire, this legalities. He's
our final boss.
No, he's not the final boss. He is the Heinel boss, okay? He is the Heinel boss. And
somehow that sounds dirty. I don't know.
I know.
Well, we do know Joe through Todd, guys. Just saying.
Whoa, that's an innuendo in itself.
And let me tell you, the NDAs I had to sign before the first time I met Joe, OMG. Carpal tunnel. Well, let me tell you. But, all right, money in the bank, guys. Who's ready for it?
Let's go. Let's run down it.
Right here.
You got it? Run it up. Garrett.
All right. So I'm going to go backwards on how they have it listed here, okay? We're going to go from what we think is going to be to the best. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Yet again, why are we doing this? Why? Why are we doing it again? Probably because Becky Lynch is actually going to get it this time. I still think she doesn't need it, but I don't see why they would do it again. It also says if she loses, you can know.
Drew, wake up, Drew.
Huh? Oh, are we talking about something somebody gives a damn about? Are we still going through recycled crap?
Exactly.
I'm giving it to Becky.
I don't see why.
I hate to say this, for the love of God, I hate to say this, but that's bathroom break match for me.
Yeah. It could be. It might even be the start. I'm not even sure. So then we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
I hate this match. I hate this.
There's so much talent in there, but why?
Doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant to any fucking storyline.
Right. That's a good point. There's so much talent, but who's going to do 90% of the work? Jay and Logan.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the other part. Is like
everyone's favorite, Logan Paul. He's going to do most of the work.
Which is weird because he's gonna. I guarantee he'll probably do most of the work.
I agree with that.
I don't know what they're trying to do here. Like it feels like they had this awesome chili simmering on the stove. And it's going to take an hour or so for this chili to get here. You just don't have to fuck with it. Let it cook. Let it simmer. Let the juices marinate. You got all the ingredients there. But then some motherfucker goes to the fridge, grabs some ghost peppers, throw it in there, grab a fucking pound of sugar, pours it in there, mix it up. Now that beautiful, wonderful, all the flavors that would have hit your fucking mouth, now it tastes like shit.
I was gonna take it to the office. Some dude's walking through the thing and then fucking drops the chili. That's what I feel like.
Yes. Like,
what the fuck?
I don't know. Like, I want to say, I'm a Paul guy. Paul Levesque, Triple H, terrorism, whatever you want to fucking call him. He's my dude. He's on my top 5, dead or alive. Triple H is there for me. But if this is TKO taking their corporate fist and fucking us, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Not good.
Well,
Don't want it.
One of those.
This is a Friday night main event.
Yeah.
Or
Saturday.
Like, even if this was something that they hyped up for Raw for 2 weeks, they have this big match, ends in a DQ. You set the seeds for maybe something going on after SummerSlam, like maybe Logan Paul makes a run at one of the titles, something, whatever the fuck you want to do. But this makes no sense.
And who knows? This might set something up, but again, at the same time, it's like you could probably do this with a better match with more on the line. There's just nothing here, I don't think.
This easily could have been next. This easily could happen this Friday or next Friday.
So go through, and I will, depending on what I hear, I might have a theory that's already starting to brew in my head right now. But let's go on.
Joe, while you were going on that much well-deserved rant, I actually just came up. I had one obvious. I just came up with something else, and it could be the most fun thing we could ever see.
So, okay, go ahead, continue.
So let's get the women's out of the way. So we have Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie here. First off, this match is going to be
bonkers,
amazing.
So I take it back. There was one thing at SmackDown that was amazing, and that was Alexa's fucking promo. Because this is the first time she's truly come back as, like, old guard. Like, she has come back with a swag she didn't have before. And I don't know if
Ohio.
And I don't know if it's now she's got Mama Bear in her. Like, I don't know what it is, but Alexa's got a swag she didn't have before. And it reminds me of, like, when Becky came back and she became the man, Becky 2 belts, all that stuff. She has a swag. If Alexa wins, I wouldn't be all that fucking surprised.
No.
I wouldn't be upset.
The only people I would be surprised to win this match would be Naomi and Julia.
All right, so
in any other way.
So who else we got in it, Garrett? Spit it out to me.
Alexa. So you said Alexa, right?
Yep.
And then we have Julia and Naomi. I don't see either of those two winning. But then we have Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, and Stephanie McCarron.
Okay.
I can see any one of them winning and Alexa. So those 4 I see possibly winning.
Do you think they give? Oh man, I would be happy with almost anybody winning this match.
And that's the thing, like, and that's something we've talked about in depth over and over again, is how good the females division has gotten, especially over the last decade. Like, they went from
last couple of months.
But even like when we were kids, like, it was bra and panty matches, powder puff matches, everything. Now these women are amazing, and they outshine the guys at least half the fucking time. I'm more excited about the women's match in this than I am with the men's. The men's, I'm more concerned about the storyline, but I want to watch the wrestling of this. Like,
yeah, this match is going to be. I mean, Rhea's putting somebody through a ladder.
Oh, if she doesn't put somebody through a ladder, a table, and everything else, I will be grossly disappointed.
And Chelsea Green's not in it this year, right?
No, she isn't.
Because they can't do an awesome spot with her again. Because that would have been nice. She took a great bump last year. I think it was last year.
Now, I truly think that unless they did a huge swerve, I really think Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie are really out of that equation for winning, unless they, like, really want to give one of these girls a launch like Roxanne. But out of the
I don't think Julia. I think if they're going to do it, it'll be out of the new.
It'll be Roxanne, if you ask me.
Yeah, they're going to give her the Tiffy time treatment.
And like, cause like, dude, she's awesome. Like she's amazing. But I don't know. We're old heads. We all believe in doing some time. Like, not everybody's Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar that need to, And I think, Garrett, you've given me an idea now. TV timeout. Once a week, we should do a segment.
Rest hold.
It called Wrestle Old Heads, something like that, where we talk about something from... Because I know Garrett really wants to go back to having at least a little bit of the old school, that Attitude Era, that, all that stuff we grew up with. But to let these young kids know, these little whippersnappers, as Garrett likes to refer to them as... and he was on the phone with me the other day. Some kids were walking through his lawn. He was super, super angry. He was throwing hard candy at him. Dude, he had the hose out. And I'm like, Garrett, buddy, I know we're old heads, but why don't we teach the youth instead of being so negative about it? And I think we've really turned a page here with Garrett's therapy, and I really think he'll be able to leave the Institute sometime soon.
Yeah, Garrett was like, let those whippersnappers come over here and I'll mollywop them to death.
I'm all for a sequel to Gran Torino, but Grand Caravan is not what I want to watch, okay, guys? I don't want to watch Grand Caravan. But with that being said, it's going to be Alexa. It's got to be Alexa, and if it's not Alexa, it's Rhea. That's what's happening, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just don't think Rhea needs it. You know what I mean? She's the only person in this that doesn't need it.
That's the problem. She's like so OP in this.
She's
like
the most over female.
It's like, holy crap.
You know what I mean? Like, she's the only one who doesn't actually need it to get into anywhere. She can do whatever she wants.
Man, she still hasn't beaten Io, so.
I know, which is the most wild stat in my
opinion. So crazy.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Are we ready for the battle?
Okay, yes, and then I'll get into a theory that can branch off in one of two ways, but continue.
Okay. Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano.
Okay.
Half that match is luchas.
Are you ready for what I thought of while Joe was going on his rant?
I'm curious to see if it's the same thing I came up with.
El Grande Americano comes out in completely different gear and wins and takes off the mask, and it's CM Punk.
So
he'd have to be neck to wrist.
I know, but
so I'm going to take that.
I want that so bad now.
So that was also the same theory I came up with, but it was either CM Punk or in a head-to-toe lucha, and then after he wins, the mask comes out, and it's R-Truth. Or even if R-Truth tries to come out during Money, something, just anything.
Security escorts him out.
You don't work here anymore.
Right.
Don't.
What do you mean?
Me.
Go get Mr. McMahon. Go get Mr. McMahon. Like, dude, it would be amazing. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Let's go.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I miss Todd, guys. I miss Todd.
But
who?
Todd.
Just kidding.
What are we thinking?
Seth wins.
So if it's
they finally give it to LA Knight.
No. If it's they hate that guy for some reason. He's the exception to the rule. He's over, and they're like, yeah, he don't need a belt.
It's not gonna be Solo. It's not gonna be Penta. Nope. It's not gonna be Andrade. It's either whoever's behind the mask of the secret.
Punk or Seth.
Well, Punk's not in the match, Drew. It's El Grande Americano.
Yep. So
go ahead.
Something happens to Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, at Worlds Collide.
So that's what my next thing was.
And he's going to get replaced by CM Punk somehow, some way.
Yes, that's what I was. So that was my original thought was until I started like thinking it, and then me and Garrett had a weird mind meld. But yeah,
You guys are
like,
synced. Aw.
but I don't think Chad Gable, regardless if he's under the mask or not, is going to be in that match. He doesn't need it.
Yeah. No.
He don't need it at all.
And there's a guy who they don't punish,
Right.
except for the Shorty G thing.
I was gonna say,
Drew, who did Grande pin?
Styles?
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah,
that's how,
because he did the
that's
awesome
how people get
forearm,
it.
and he put
I
the
didn't
thing in
lose
his head
that
and
match.
headbutts him, and he pins him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the Bronson Breakers came out.
yeah.
That's what they're called to me, okay? I call them the Bronson Breakers. That really needs to take off because it's a thing.
Right.
I just want the other Steiner to come in and they just be Steiners.
The Steiners.
The Steiners, like that's all I want. All right, so we
The
have
not Steiner brothers. Steiner cousins? Does that name ring a bell?
so there's a stipulation behind the Lyria and Becky Lynch.
You say Nikki?
The Lyria and Becky match. If Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyria is champion. If Valkyria loses, she'll be forced to raise Lynch's hand and acknowledge her.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Where'd Drew go? Is it just me?
Are we done talking about that feud?
Oh,
All right. Do we got anything else to talk about, guys? What else do we got, guys? Anything?
Oh man, no, nothing. Not this week.
All right. So
we'll have more when Todd comes back.
yes, we'll have Money in the Bank to talk about next week.
That's right.
So
and a Worlds Collide rundown.
yeah. So Thursday, new episode of MCFU. And in this time, me and Drew go back to a time where we met each other. And things were simpler. Blockbuster existed. And we were just getting these strange things called DVDs. We go to the world of Captain Marvel. Now with more Flurkin, guys. It's got extra Flurkin in this episode.
Oh, Flurkin awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then
Flurkin, my Flurkin.
so Monday you'll have Todd and Joe morning show. Obviously Tuesdays we'll have this. Wednesdays, hopefully very maybe next week even, we might have Movie Masterpiece Theater Millennial Edition. It's a little change up. It's not the Movie Masterpiece Theater that we know and love with Garrett. But while Garrett's taking care of some other things, we're gonna give you guys a little taste of what your generation might think about stupid shit that we don't give a fuck about. Okay?
Say his name. Who's doing it?
Casey. Casey's making his long-awaited return.
I can't wait.
To a movie-related thing with all of us. And the not-so-final girls shall be actually making their debut, whatever is going on with there. Drew has been down to his elbows in Battle Beast reveals every single day. There they are.
Can't see it. It's there. Believe me. There's so many of them.
Out of all the covers, Drew, how many do you have so far?
Of course you're going to test me on this. I've been looking at it so much. All right, so I think I got like 5 cover A, 5 cover B. Cover C doesn't technically exist because I always open it. So I think I might have a cover D, a cover E, a cover F, a cover G. I'm missing, and an I. I'm missing H and J, which are the...
All right, so if anybody can give Drew a hand job, he really needs one right now. If you can give him even an over-the-pants old-fashioned, he will appreciate it. Just make sure he's not wearing jeans and he has the silk boxers on.
Yeah, I am missing covers H and J, so that checks out.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep. So we'll stroke you next week, guys.
Hey.
Hey.